Today on NewsCenter, listen to the women's basketball coach, hear what MSU football coach has to say about the team's last home game this Saturday, and Donald Trump is president. Hear what MSU students had to say about the election. All this and more today on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Alexis Matthews.
And I'm Kinsey Thompson. Thanks for joining us. Here's your headlines for November 10th, 2016.
The United States has elected a new president. Republican nominee Donald Trump clinched the nomination Tuesday after securing 270 Electoral College votes. He currently leads Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton 279 to 228. Entering Tuesday, most polls showed Clinton with small but steady leads, with Trump's chances of victory seeming minuscule. The Electoral College map was considered favorable to Clinton, but Trump pulled off unexpected wins in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, as well as sweeping swing states like North Carolina, Florida, and Ohio. As of Wednesday evening, Clinton had a narrow lead in the popular vote at 47.7% to 47.5%. According to CNN's tally, with 92% of the vote counted, she led Trump with a razor-thin difference of 219,762 votes. The total could change as absentee votes trickle in. In his victory speech, Trump said, quote, "To all Republicans, Democrats, and independents across the nation, I say it is time for us to come together as one united people. It's time," end quote. Trump will be inaugurated on January 20th.
America has made its final decision. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, claimed his victory over a closely competitive Hillary Clinton. NewsCenter's Brandon Lauder asked MSU students to voice their opinion on the outcome of the election.
To be honest, I'm indifferent. It's not the fact that I wanted, it's not the fact that he's president. I just didn't want Hillary to be president. That's really the only thing.
I didn't like either candidate. I think both of them had their flaws, and I don't think we should have been in place to vote for either one of them. So
I think I feel positive towards it. I mean, I really wasn't for either one of them, but if I was having to agree, I would go with Trump because I don't believe with anything that really Hillary had to say. Abortion and stuff is just not me.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me who won the race. I feel like both of them are very good candidates for our presidency, but I'm going to stick with Trump because he won. So he's our president now, so as Americans, I think that we need to back him.
Well, I didn't vote, so I guess I can't really say much.
President Andrews set to retire in June. Many students are starting to wonder what the next president is going to be like. NewsCenter reporter Jacob Valerio spoke with some students to see what traits they want to see in a campus president.
See, it's a hard question because I'm not really political in any sense. I mean, even if it comes to just campus politics. But I'd say if any kind of leader that I would like to have is someone that would consider everybody, to equally treat all departments, but here on campus, to equally treat all departments. One who can clearly, use money properly, because I hear a lot of people complain about that stuff around here.
I want somebody that is going to have, students' needs and wants and actually listen to them, in mind at all points and times. It's not one of those things that they need to focus on what they want. They need to be a voice for the voiceless. So I don't really think that students care too much about campus politics until it directly affects them. So I don't think that they're involved in it right now, but I think if something goes against them, then they'll gladly speak out.
There's a lot of qualities I think a campus president should have. Some of them being social skills, which honestly in college that's the biggest thing. And then how well they interact with, members, so like faculty members, how well he interacts with the dean of students and our president and our President Andrews and our new president. I think that's the main qualities they would need to have. But they have to be able to talk to the students. If you can't communicate with your fellow classmates, how are you going to be able to make any progress in the more at stake community? We look up to a lot of people. A lot of people don't even vote for the president, which I don't get. But if you would actually just look into what the president has to do and what the Student Government Association does, it's amazing what all they do for us. But yeah, I would say if they just need social skills, they need to be able to interact and just be themselves and help us, interact with us and I think we'll be okay.
I think a campus president should be well-rounded in multiple aspects of the campus, whether that be sports, music, theater, just be able to like reach into all of those certain things.
Morehead State University's President Leadership Academy was the recipient of an American Association of State Colleges and Universities Excellence in Innovation Award. The PLA is a year-long program offered every 2 years with the purpose of providing premier professional development for selected faculty and staff, including academic department chairs, directors, and other administrations. The award was presented on October 30th at AASCU's annual meeting in Miami, Florida, to MSU President Dr. Wayne Andrews and the Director of the Center for Leadership and Development, Dr. Janet McCoy. Dr. Andrews says he is very excited to celebrate the achievements of the PLA, and MSU is very proud and honored to be recognized by AASCU. The AASCU Awards Program honors member institutions for excellence and innovation in several major areas of campus life and leadership. Additional information is available by contacting Dr. McCoy at 606-783-2603 or visiting the President's Leadership Academy webpage at moreheadstate.edu/PLA.
As wildfires continue to spread across the eastern part of the state, Kentucky National Guard has begun combating those fires. The Guard uses 2 types of helicopters. Blackhawks carry and drop water, while Lakotas are used for spotting. Crews say there's still work to be done, and they will continue to fight fires until they are under control. The Kentucky Office of Emergency Management is also helping with the wildfires. They're working with relief agencies to make sure people displaced from their homes because of the fires have shelter and food. Wayne Bird, the Assistant Director of Operations, says he is monitoring the water supplies in the area to make sure they're sufficient to meet the needs of firefighters and others.
Coming up, Jacob Miller is in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast.
And we'll take a look at how MSU was affected from Governor Matt Bevin's budget cuts in this week's NewsCenter Investigates. All this coming up next.
Davis, the Associate Professor of Dance here at Morehead State University. Under the Dance Minor program, you will learn a variety of genres of dance, including tap, ballet, modern, jazz, hip-hop, African, dance composition, dance improvisation, dance history, intro to dance, and Pilates. If you are interested, you can become a member of our National Dance Honors Fraternity, Delta Chi Xi. This fraternity offers students the opportunity to spread dance not only on our campus, but throughout the community. If you're interested in any of our classes, please come and contact me, Professor Natasha Davis. And never miss a chance to dance.
Welcome back and good evening, Morehead. Jacob Miller here in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast. You may have noticed we've had a beautiful day outside. It's been pretty nice as long as you're in the sun. If you're in the shade, it's been a bit chilly. We've experienced a very clear day today. The temperatures have been sitting around the high 50s. Earlier today they were in the low 60s, a little bit higher than that. But you can see the temperatures beginning to drop as we move later in the season. Some record temperatures for you. We've had a high of 78 back in 1975. And a low of 14 degrees in 1957. So way low and way high. We are sitting where we need to be for this time of year. Going to those averages, the normal high for this time of year is 61 degrees. The normal low is 38. So we are sitting on that upper end, like I said, we're high 50s, low 60s. We're towards that normal high range. Looking at our temperature radar brought to you by WKYT, you can see the rest of the Commonwealth is experiencing similar conditions, those low 60s, high 50s. Like I mentioned, as you move across Lexington, you're at 61. Moorhead, like I said, high 50s, low 60s. Looking at our weather radar brought to you by WKYT, you can see the state is clear. There have been no storms going through. We've had a very clear day, not even any clouds in the sky. Tonight, you're going to see those conditions continue as we move on. A clear night tonight, you'll be able to see that moon. It's going to be low of 41 degrees, so going to drop down pretty low. Precipitation, 10%. You really shouldn't see anything move through here. The sun sets at 5:24. All right, let's send it over to Kinsey with more news.
Morehead State University has been given back the money that was cut from their budget under Governor Matt Bevin's prior plans. In the spring, the governor ordered a 2% cut for the 2015 fiscal year. Bevin claimed that these cuts were necessary to replenish the state's pension system that is currently $35 billion and underfunded. Earlier this month, the Supreme Court of Kentucky ruled that Bevin could not make the proposed cuts to the state universities by executive order and was ordered to return all money back to the schools. The staff from the Trailblazer Online spoke with President Andrews to find out about the changes that the university will be facing with the recent budget issues.
The university's response to the recent Bevin's cuts when they found out that it was illegal.
When the Supreme Court 2 weeks ago, 20 days ago, ruled that the governor's action was illegal and the money had to be returned to the university, obviously we are pleased with that from the standpoint, there's $866,000 from Morehead State University that we absolutely can use and we will use it appropriately. For example, in the current year budget, we always budget for some capital maintenance projects. In other words, you have to set aside money, assuming some things are going to go wrong. Well, the big thing that went out this summer that we hadn't anticipated was the cooling system in Lappin Hall. And I don't know if any of you have classes in Lappin, but it was miserable. And it wasn't a simple repair. So it's going to cost over $1 million to replace that system. So when that money comes back, that $866,000, that's where it's going to go for that particular issue to resolve that. So, we're grateful that that's coming back. We will continue to work diligently, spend our money wisely, and keep the institution going forward. Sue and I have been blessed to be here. I think about it this way. When we came to the university, it was the right time for us at the right place. I think the university needed a person that had my skills, and I think that we were fortunate to be here with the skills to work. This is a great place. We have a long, rich history. We have many, many successful alums, and this place is going to persist into the future, and we want to continue to be a part of that in some way, however it makes sense. So we're excited about the next chapter with a little trepidation.
When we come back, Jacob Miller has a look at your extended forecast, and Holly McClurkin is in with your Eagle Athletics update.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Break into song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Welcome back. Moorhead, Jacob Miller here in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast. Let's go ahead and take a look at that extended forecast. Today we have seen temperatures around the high 50s, low 60 mark. So currently we're looking at 59 degrees. And like I said, we've had a beautiful day today. Clear skies. In the sunlight, it's a bit warm. In the shade, it's pretty chilly. I don't know about you guys, but it's that time of year to grab your gloves and grab your scarves. It's getting pretty cold out there. The humidity is sitting around 39 degrees, or 39% rather. So you're not really feeling that because of the cold temperatures, and we haven't seen any winds today, 0 miles per hour for that. Let's take a look at our temperature radar brought to you by WKYT. As you look across the state, you can see that the rest of the Commonwealth is experiencing similar conditions. Not too much temperature variation there. So on the western side, looking at 62s and 65, Bowling Green is 64 degrees. As we move across, those trends continue. Down here looking at 63 as we move up, Lexington you're at 61, up in Maysville 60 degrees, and like I said, Moorhead you're looking at around 59 degrees. Looking at our live weather radar brought to you by WKYT as well, you can see the rest of the Commonwealth is experiencing clear conditions. We haven't seen any showers, any cloud coverage really come through the area, and that trend continues, like I said, as you move into the West Virginia area. You won't be seeing any showers today. Tonight we're going to have a clear night, a low degree of 41 degrees. So like I said, it's getting chilly out there, so make sure that you keep that in mind. The precipitation chance is around 10%. You won't really experience any showers tonight. The sunset will go down at 5:24 p.m. though, so it's getting pretty early for that. So keep that in mind if you go out tonight. Make sure you stay safe. Tomorrow, it's going to be a sunny day as well. A high of 61 degrees, so a little bit warmer than today. Sunrise around 7:10 a.m. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. You're going to see next week we're going to have some beautiful conditions that are continuing from today. Tomorrow, you're going to have Veterans Day, so make sure if you see a veteran, make sure you thank them for serving our country. It's going to be mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 60 and a low of 34. So around that time of year where those temperatures are pretty nice during the day, but at night they drop heavily. You can see that continue through the rest of the week. Saturday, a high of 54 and a low of 31. Sunday, a high of 61 and a low of 39. Both of those days, sunny days, so beautiful weekend ahead of us. Monday, we're looking at a high of 61 and a low of 43. Partly cloudy. As we move to the end of next week, we'll see more cloud coverage. 20% chance of rain on Tuesday, a high of 60 and a low of 43. Wednesday, we're looking at a high of 60 and a low of 41. 10% chance there. And a Thursday, looking at a high of 62 and a low of 43, partly cloudy. So it looks like this next week we're going to have very nice conditions outside.
Yeah, and it'll be a beautiful day for any outdoor Veterans Day activities
Yes,
tomorrow.
yes, exactly.
So thank you, Jacob. Now let's send it over to Holly McClurkin with your Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Moorhead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
Last Saturday, the football Eagles pulled out a decisive victory against the Butler Bulldogs, 54-28. The win comes off the back of two record-setting games by senior quarterback Austin Gayhafer and senior kicker Matt Ward. Damon Huff caught up with head coach Rob Tenier to break down their victory and their upcoming senior night.
Well, it's great for momentum. You know, it's something that we talked about the week prior to the game. Is a little motto I made is in November to remember, and people always say they remember how you finish, and it's an important time of the year, you know. And so we've been very unfortunate in the middle of the season. Unfortunate, we had a couple games, 3 games that we lost by 9 points, and so we had to rebound from that. We had to find a way to start to win games again, and so we reestablished some things. We made some adjustments, and we played a really good football game up at Indianapolis, and I was really proud of our team for that. Well, as I mentioned it, you know, I wanted it. Our motto was to be in November to remember. So that was step 1. This is step 2, and we've got 3 days of preparation, and we want to prepare for a good athletic Campbell team. It's also an opportunity to honor our seniors. It's our last home football game, and so we've got a lot of things on the line. And you know, it's not that we're playing for pride. We're playing to win games and compete, and you know, it's all momentum driven. So this is an important week. It's step number 2 in the process, and it's a big game, and it's going to also be an emotional day. It's senior day, and you know, that's an emotional day for me and us, and So looking forward to it. But I think we're headed in the right direction. You know, last year we won 7 games. This year we've got a chance to finish with 5 victories. We anticipate a better year, but you know, this is a competitive conference, and this is good football, and so you've got to show up each week. You got to compete, and I felt like we were just little late as far as peaking this year after that preseason schedule. So, you know, I'm happy with where we're at. I'm disappointed, obviously, at the same time, and but I think we've grown, and as far as our seniors are concerned, you know, those guys that were here and then the guys that we recruited. As I mentioned, it's bittersweet. It's a hard day, but they've touched this program, and they'll always be a part of this program.
MSU football will host Campbell this Saturday in the last home game of the season. 20 seniors will be honored prior to kickoff, which is set for 1 p.m. The Lady Eagles defeated Transylvania in an exhibition match last Thursday. The final score was 93-32. The team scored 43 points off of 36 turnovers, had 23 steals and 6 blocks. This is what Coach Greg Todd had to say about the exhibition game in their first regular season match.
Yes, we were thrilled how well we played defensively against Transylvania. We also had a close scrimmage against a Division I team. We felt like our defense is definitely getting better. We hope to continue pushing the ball, being able to score in transition, and we're in the early stages. Obviously, players I think with experience will usually rise up above, and we do have 4 seniors that we're looking for a lot out of, and we have some upperclassmen, but we also have some freshmen pushing for minutes. So we feel like personnel-wise, we just have more girls that can compete for positions, and we feel like that will help us down the road. Well, I always tell the girls, I think the first game is one that you can get real nervous about. It's sort of your opening day, but we feel like as we go, the games probably get more important. But we do have a great weekend, and that we have 2 very quality opponents. We know we'll have to play well just to be in the game. So we have our work cut out, but Georgia State will be in here on Friday afternoon in the first game for us in the Donna Murphy Classic, and they bring back their entire team, and I think post-wise they had a great recruiting season. They've really added to their post play, and it'll be a hard-fought game. We know it'll be tough, but we hope to have a great game against them. We played extremely well last year in Atlanta. It was a game that both teams were in the 90s, and we were fortunate to come out ahead, but we know this will be a different team. You got 2 teams that are a lot more experienced this year, so I feel like the quality of play will be definitely even better, and we know it'll be a good matchup for us and on our home court. So I know the girls have worked very hard to get to this point, and we're thrilled to open it up on Friday.
The Eagles will be playing in the Donna Murphy Classic this weekend. There will be a game on Friday at 5:30 against Georgia State, this Sunday against Eastern Michigan at 1:30, and going into next week, there will be a game on Tuesday at 12 o'clock p.m. against Alice Lloyd. Morehead State introduced 2 new unique members to its rifle team this season. The Trailblazers' Michael Tucker caught up with the pair to learn more about their journey.
I'm Carly Potts.
And I'm Alexa. We are twins, and we are from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
We both started at the same time. Our dad kind of got us started, so it was at the beginning, I guess it was like almost at the beginning of our freshman year. We got started onto the school rifle team, and it was both at the same time during the same season.
And then after that, our sophomore year of high school, we went up to a local sportsman's club, Palmyra Sportsman Association, and our sophomore year of high school is when we started training small bore, 3-position small bore, and started shooting the other 2 positions in air rifle as well. So what we shot in high school, you don't even shoot that in college. So it was a good introduction into what rifle is, but it's very different than what we do now.
I think we've always been really competitive with everything, so it's just like our schooling. We've always been competitive with our grades, trying to keep them higher than the other person's. So I think it's the same thing with a sport, is we're always trying to beat our own best, but then we're also kind of like looking out of the corner of our eye to see what their best is and making sure we're staying above it too. So
Yeah, I would say it's really beneficial for both of us because like I want her to do well more than I care about other people's scores. Like I'm watching her, like I want her to do well, but then I also want to beat her or have comparable scores to her just as much, if not more than anybody else, because I know people are comparing us since we're twins and we don't want to have one of us shooting 30 points below the other one consistently. So it was like that for pretty much everything. We both played the flute at one point and we're both involved in our high school's ag program, so we did a lot of the same kind of stuff, and everything throughout high school is kind of a competition like that, but I think it was good because we pushed each other to compete and work to the best of our potential.
Who's better?
it depends on the day.
Yeah. As of right now, she's been shooting better air rifle than me, and I've been shooting better small bore than her, but 3 months ago we would have said the exact opposite, so kind of depends on the day. I think we're both pretty comparable in our scores and our ability to perform under pressure and stuff.
We'll be back with more news after this.
Addison, why are you dressed up like that?
Because you're in a dream, John.
How can you prove that?
Your body's still there.
What?
Wake up and smell the coffee. Java City.
Tomorrow is Veterans Day, a time to celebrate and honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. A wreath ceremony will be held tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Veterans Wall near the Round County Arts Center on Main Street. At 11:30 a.m., Morehead State and Round County Schools will host a free lunch for all current and former members of the military in the Button Drill Room. There will be entertainment provided by the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. Additional information is available by contacting David Littoral, the Military Initiatives Director, at 606-783-9267 or email at d.littoral@moreheadstate.edu. We'll have more for you next week.
The Morehead State Residence Hall Association will be having elections this semester for Public Relations Coordinator and Treasurer. The RHA is an organization that seeks to bring residents together so that they can address the problems of residents' life and making living on campus the best it can be. Some of the duties the Public Relations Coordinator are coordinating all means of promotion for RHA and related activities and actively promoting all RHA-sponsored meetings and events through physical and digital means. The treasurer needs to keep accurate, up-to-date records of the organization's financial activities and submitting requests for funding campus offices, including the Office of Student Housing and/or Student Government Association. Candidates need to express their interest by tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and they'll have the opportunity to make a statement to the RHA General Assembly on Tuesday, November 15th at 5 p.m. If you're interested in one of the positions and would like more information, please email President Tyler Sick at jtsick@moreheadstate.edu. That's going to be it today. Remember, you can always find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And You can catch this newscast again on msutv.net.
On behalf of NewsCenter, I'm Alexis Mack.
And I'm Kenzie Thompson. Have a great evening.